Oh, I need to go this way. Okay. All right, y'all. Oh, now I feel an echo. Okay. Hey, y'all. I'm back.
It's my fault, y'all. I'm sorry.
They probably still on the other one. Okay, so let's see. Okay. All right, y'all. Come on over here to this one, and we'll start again. We was just chit chatting a little bit. We was
Oh,
chit chatting a
okay.
little bit. Then I was like, I feel stupid sitting here talking to myself. And I was like, I'm not good at talking to myself. I mean, I know y'all interacting, y'all saying stuff back, but
Right.
this is not working for me. So I said, maybe something happened. So I'll try to come back. And I told them I knew a lot of stuff was going on today. I didn't realize so much stuff was going on today.
Oh
I
my
didn't realize
gosh.
I did realize Lashira's event was popping off tonight. But I
Mhm.
didn't realize Sister Girl was doing something too. So anyway, it is what it is.
It's a
Everybody got a
celebration going
variety
on.
of things to do. Yeah, got a variety of things going on. So, give everybody a minute to pop over here. So, I'm glad you made it safely. Hope you wasn't breaking no speed law.
Listen,
Okay, so just so you see,
you
Sean
know
is
what,
being a
Sean? Sean already started. Yeah, I'm like all of a sudden, like you hear this big old boom, and I'm like, what is that? The neighbor's kid.
oh
He took her car and he hit a transformer. I'm over here like, Lord, I gotta hurry up and go because I mean, I had just did my brows. I don't even know if they twin sisters right now, y'all. I'm just, y'all can see I got a little perspiration on my face because, whoop, honey,
oh,
I
it's
was
all right.
not
I'm
gonna miss
glad. I'm
it.
glad. I'm glad you made it safely. I'm glad
Yes,
you made it safely. So,
babe, my mohawk all lopsided.
trust me, I understand. We had a Indie Love Book Club, like a meet and greet last week Thursday, and I'm
Hmm.
sitting here, I'm all ready to go and everything, and all of a sudden, everything is just going crazy. So I'm hollering downstairs. Is this internet out? I think so. My hotspot wouldn't work. So I was on my phone. Some of the ladies that's in it, I was on my phone and I was like, it was taking forever. I was just like, you know what? So I understand.
Yeah,
There's,
it
I
was
understand.
one of those days.
One of
Hey,
those
Maisha.
days. One of those days. Okay, so just so y'all know, I'm gonna delete that other one once I get a chance. I'm gonna pop over there and delete that other one. So, all right, Mrs. We were kind of talking a little bit about the book, all three books. So, I want
Okay.
you to tell us first of all. Tell me. I always ask this question. Tell me how your writing career started. Where did this imagination of yours come from?
Okay. I've always had like this whimsical imagination. That's what my mom tells me. She's like, you've always been like this whimsical child. So I remember like in high school penning like my first story, which I just did it for myself, like because it was about this high school teacher falling in love with his student because I had a crush on my high school teacher at the time. Nothing ever happened, so if that book ever surfaces, it was not real life. But
I
so you know,
remember you telling
I've
us something. Okay.
yeah. So I've always, been interested in just writing, but I never thought to make it into what it is now. So it wasn't until I got to college, I dropped out and I was back home and I'm like, okay, like what's my purpose in life? Like what am I supposed to do here? I had good jobs, thank God, that didn't require me to have a degree.
Hmm.
So as far as like my career wise, I was very stable, but it wasn't anything that brought me any type of satisfaction.
Okay.
So I remember like just praying. I was like, God, what's my purpose? Like what's my purpose in life? Like, it has to be something. And I remember like journaling and like almost hearing him tell me like, I need you to write your testimony in the form of a love story. And I'm like, pause, because your girl never been in love, so that's not true. I'm hearing the wrong things, right? Like that can't be my story because whatever. So life happened. Continue to deal with life. And I'm like, what is it? And it always went back to writing. So it wasn't until like 2017 I remember I found the world of Kindle because I had been living on a Nook for so long. And Nook, you ain't got nothing.
Oh my God. Nooks never
Yeah.
even crossed my mind to get.
Well, listen, trust me when I tell you, I'm so happy I found Kindle because, baby, it was a struggle trying to find books with people that look like me, stories that were relatable.
Mm-hmm.
So when I found Kindle in 2017, I was like, okay, it's a whole new world. And the whole pulling on my strings, from God just telling me I need, just write and write. I'm like, okay, so I wrote a story. And I remember Beloved, I had started following her, and she had opened up submissions for her publication company. And I was like, I'm just going to do this just to see what happens. Like, God,
Mm-hmm.
this is what you really want me to do? We'll see. Well, I got signed. And that's kind of how I got
Okay.
here. So I have a passion for writing. Like, I love it. I was just literally telling my brother yesterday, like, I would have never have thought my little passion and being obedient would have brought me here. So
See, you never know.
you
You
never
never
know.
know. I feel like there's an echo. Is there an echo, ladies? Let me know if it's an echo, and I'll try to.
Is it an echo on my end? I don't know.
Mm, no, usually if the other person, if I have my headphones, my earbuds in, um,
Hey, ladies.
there is an echo.
It
Okay, so
is
let
an
me take this
echo.
out and see if that's better. You guys. I don't hear anything. Do you hear an echo on your end?
I don't hear an echo.
Okay, so maybe I don't need these today. Okay, so tell us where the Kalman brothers come from.
Woo. Okay. So the idea of these brothers, the brothers first came from when the government shutdown happened last year.
Mm-hmm.
Me and a coworker, we were talking, and we were like, the port, TSA, everybody is real lackadaisy right now because I just went flying, and when I flew to Michigan, I literally like walked through, and I'm like, if I was about that life, this would be like the perfect time for me to move some weight. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put that story, in the back of my head or whatever, and I've always had Casey as a character. His name was originally Cyrus, and like this short story I did for an anthology just to kind of get my feet wet with Urban. So I kind of tested out with his character. He was still the same crazy person that he is in his book, and I've always had this image of what I wanted for a meal. Now, originally his name was supposed to be Quincy, right? But I'm like, it don't fit him. It just did. I don't know where I heard a meal from, but I fell in love with it, and I was like, okay. So I knew I wanted to do Casey and story. I knew I wanted to do a Mill story. So I was like, I can kind of merge them and do them as brothers, but I didn't want to just jump out with Casey's book and a Mill's book. I wanted an introduction, like to kind of see, first of all, if people would even read the book, if people even read the brothers. And that's where Atlas came in because I wanted to kind of introduce them in at the same time. And then I also wanted to see if I could tell a story of a person that was two people, but actually one person.
You
Hence
had
the
me.
confusion.
You had me so damn confused. I told them, but then I even posted it like, and I didn't want to say nobody's name because it was like if I put it down, then it'd be like, well, damn, you called that person out, and I don't like to do that. So I was like, I think I understand what's going on,
Right.
but I'm not sure. I think this is the same person. This is the same person. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, no, I gotta keep reading until I figure this. There's something here that I'm missing, or I'm not missing, or it's all gonna tie together. And it did. And I was like, I knew it. I knew that was the same person. I was
Listen,
saying,
I
I
was
was,
confused my darn self, and I wrote it because I'm like, wait a minute, is this even like, does this match?
I was like,
And
Poe Atlas, he go by Atlas. They had to remind me of his middle name, Aaron, Bo, and Young. And I was just like,
yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, see,
Lord.
I think that's kind of where the confusion came from because he had so many nicknames. And I
Mm-hmm.
think if I would have just kept it with Aaron and Atlas, it wouldn't have been so confusing.
Okay.
But
It balanced out. It balanced out.
yeah.
And I'm just saying that we first encountered, I mean, your first introduction of a male is this man is crazy as hell. Like, you figured out Kason was crazy when he said he gave the fish
A bath.
a bath. And then when he was like, Emil just crept by and shot up his car, and they just thought it was hilarious. I was just like, okay, that's
Like, who does that, right?
being crazy. Sean said she wasn't confused. Okay, Bunny said she was confused. Okay, yeah, I'm not surprised that Sean wasn't confused.
Right. Listen, what I
I'm
learned about
surprised.
Sean takes her time.
Yeah, I mean, I just it just took me a minute, and I just was like, okay, wait. But anyway, I figured it out. I figured it out. So, I realized how I don't want to call them dysfunctional, but they were dysfunction.
Yeah.
But then you gave us enough glimpse of it in book one and book two that of all the craziness. And I like that even though um, Atlas was a sweet boy, he had some thug in him. Like, I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
I'm good, I'm smart, but don't play with me either. You know what I mean? You saw both sides of him. So I'm gonna jump right on into, and I'm probably gonna be all over the place because they all tie in,
Which is fine.
together.
Hey.
Because they all tie in together. So at the beginning of um, Emil, someone told me last week, oh, when I was saying our book club, I was having all those issues. I said, well, I got to read Chelsea's book. And somebody was like, you ain't started? I was like, no, I'll be all right. And they was like, nah, you need to really go ahead and get started. So that's what I did Saturday and Sunday. Like, I was exhausted anyway, but I literally read all day Saturday. Then I felt like, did I do myself injustice because I was tired? Um,
Right.
and did I miss anything? But I don't think I missed anything. I didn't think I missed anything. I was just saying before in the other video, which I'm gonna delete, y'all. I'm gonna delete that one. That can you imagine sitting on the floor as a child and hearing your parents, not just your mom or not just your
Yeah.
dad, but both of your parents talking about all three of you like that? Like, I can't even imagine. And I'm a teacher. I
Yeah.
can't imagine what was going through his mind. So then that alone explains a whole, that explains him, all of his demons and everything.
Yeah. Like you didn't even have to go further than that to kind of already
Yeah.
understand, like, okay.
Okay, so where did that come from?
Um, okay. So I knew that we kind of had an idea of Emil being dark. We knew that their parents were not parents, like they didn't love them how. And one of the things with Emil that I really, really wanted to show in the beginning was his interaction with his father. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all can understand, okay, that interaction was like the domino effect for everything. Like that
Because
started
we didn't get that in book one and two.
it. No,
Okay,
you
right.
heard about it, through the brothers, saying, oh, what he did to his father, but it's like, but why? Like what really happened? Like that's how I was thinking. I was like, okay, for him to be so beautifully haunting, I really wanted to capture that moment where his father, is bashing him, not just his father, but his mother too. So y'all can understand why he was so against Atlas when it was about the whole wedding and how could you bring her here? Like
Right.
she never cared for us.
Right.
And I really wanted to show that moment. And it honestly came from like just hearing people's stories. Like when people like that whole time I was writing his book, I was encountering these different people who had different pieces of a meal. And it surprised me because it was like real life. And I was like, it broke my heart because you're like, but I'm only writing a fiction story, but y'all actually living, when you're hearing your mother and your father bash you. And it was just like, hearing how that affected them as children and growing up and how that affected them older. And it's like, okay, I'm going to add that on because why not? I mean, he's already dysfunctional as it is. So it's, I just wanted to add another layer so you guys can see, okay, yeah, he's crazy. He's very, he does whatever he want to do, but he has a reason. He's a silent but deadly type.
Right.
He's been through a lot since a child. Like he raised basically Atlas. Like he had his bassinet in his bedroom since he was a baby. So yeah, like I really wanted to show all that. Like, okay, the way how he is with his brothers isn't just because, he had to step in and take care. Like he was really their parent.
So, okay, I'm gonna jump around for a quick second because him and Pacino being so close and Pacino being all through this book. So then I was like, I'm semi confused because the Pacino that's in this one, and he a thug and everything, but he seems more like a clown in this one. Not a, you know what I mean? I don't want to be like
Right.
but to see how he was just like kind of laid back here, but so damn thuggish with him and Capone. It's like, okay, wait a minute. I gotta figure out the timeline. I'm stuck on the timeline on them.
Yeah.
So
But
then
again,
I'm not surprised. When at some point when Kason was like, I ain't surprised. Oh no, when say her name for me, Nolani was like,
Nolani.
I should have known if you was around, if you was in the picture, he was out doing something. The two of y'all together, ain't no telling what the hell is going on. Basically, in so many words, that's what she was saying. So
Right.
kind of it's like their relationship. And so is it two different cartels? I know it's two different cartels. So you got to help me out. You got to bridge the gap for me on there.
Okay. So it is two different cartels. Um, Pacino isn't so much okay. In his book, he was Pacino, like he
Yeah.
was that man.
Yes.
Yeah. So he ran things. But
Right.
if you remember, like his friend Janoris had took over, so he wasn't so much as involved anymore with everything. And then you kind of had it where Mitch came in, and I guess I could have went a little bit more deeper. How saying like they were kind of like merged a little bit, like they grew up together. Their sons grew up together, so they were really in the same game together. That's pretty much what it was.
Okay.
So it was separate, but they were also kind of connected because they ran everything. They just knew what lines not to cross.
Right.
And
Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I still feel like I got some feedback, and I'm not sure why, but hopefully it's not too distracting. Okay, so um, Krishna, I got all of that because that all came out in Kayson's book.
right.
But the fact that she fell in love with him when she was 16 and set her sights on him and was like, there ain't nobody else. And him, he's going to be mine. And he
Yeah.
wasn't paying that little girl like no
Not damn bit of
attention
attention.
at all. I mean, there are so many elements to this book because it's like, can we get past, she's had this infatuation. The fact that she saved herself forever for him, but like
Ever.
years of, like, you went through all of high school. Well, he had the other little dusty boyfriend. I don't even want to talk about him and Britt, whatever her name is, whatever, that little
Gavin
dusty,
and Beck.
yeah, that whole little situation right there. Like, are you serious right now? Like, really? And
Yeah.
I didn't want her, but I didn't want him. We in love, girl. Bye. When she punched her in the nose, she should have kept it moving way back then. Like, you are not my.
No.
But that she saved herself all of that time for him. And then when he came to her, I was like, wow, like she wore him down just for her infatuation from him.
Yes.
Period. Who is that?
Yes. You said, who is that?
Who 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 are they? Who is that? Like where? How did that part come together?
Oh, okay. So with Krishna and Emil, I really wanted to show how possessive they were with each other, how obsessed they were, especially her. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to show that, like how she's been infatuated with this man because, I'm thinking of Emil. I'm like, okay, I'm creating this strong alpha male character. He can't have just a weak woman. He got to have a woman that's kind of as crazy as he is a little bit, to kind of make it balance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, well, we know she was his boss's daughter, but I also wanted to just show just like how strong they loved each other, especially her, because, well, for her love for him, like even though he was beautifully haunting, uh, she loved him like she loved his flaws more than anything. And that's what I really, really wanted to show, like, because he wasn't nice to her. Like he ignored her. He wasn't paying her no mind in the
Like,
beginning.
go girl, go on somewhere and sit down, have you an ice cream cone somewhere,
All
and he just kind of
right.
send her away. So yeah, I get that. I mean, yeah, he wasn't thinking about her at all. Um, yeah, that's some real strong love. Victoria said that's some real strong love. Yeah, it is. And when
Yeah.
they did come together, so it's like you knew. Okay, Kristen showed her crazy side just a little bit when she punched the girl in the nose for thinking of
Right.
food. I ain't gonna hit you, but it's like don't think of my food. So we saw she had a crazy side, but then it's almost like when she lost her mind, I was like, who the hell is this? This has been laying dormant in her
Like,
for years. She almost made me mad where I was like, I don't like her right now. There was a point, there was a point where it's like, I don't like her. I don't like you right now. I don't like what you
what she was
I
doing.
I felt like she should have known him well enough to know that there was an end game. And I get it. I get it's like trust me, confide in me, tell me what's going on. But I
Mhm.
don't think she could have handled it, or she would have stopped him from doing what he needed to do.
I definitely think she would have. Um, so okay, so everybody's kind of changing my perspective on Krishna right now. Because I love Krishna because I just loved how she loved him. And I was like, y'all, we'll focus on how she loved him. Don't worry about everything else, right? But then
No,
when
she
you,
no. And then when she messed with Capone, and then she closed the book.
oh,
I mean, the way
listen,
she lost her mind, and I just was like, "Oh my God, I don't like you right now." Like what? Like you're extracting revenge on everybody, but
yeah,
who you wanted to.
need to.
Yeah, who you needed to. What you mad at Pacino for? He just helping his friend. How you go? And then you didn't mess with him. You messed with his wife. Oh my God, I'm like,
Listen, and my mom, she brought it to my attention when she read it. She was like, "You do know she's only living because of of a meal because Pacino was gonna kill her."
right.
And I was like, "You're right." I was like, "But she was just hurt, like hurt people."
Yeah.
And I mean, I think she was she was stubborn. She was a brat. She she had a lot. Like once I thought back, when I was like, yeah, she did do a lot. Like
Kamisha said she was doing too much. Yes. I felt like she
she
did.
was doing too
Like she
much.
did way too much. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a zip, zap, zip, zip, zip back and forth. But it was like, okay, girl, all of that. I mean,
And I do think like if she would have told Pacino that I mean not Pacino, Emil that she was pregnant, like right then and there in that courtroom,
mm-hmm.
I think that whole second half of the book would have been different.
but it wasn't supposed to be. So I guess that's
Right. Like if because she was about to tell him, she could have blurted it out, but when he said
girl.
he wanted a
You
divorce,
right. You when she kissed,
she was asking for her death.
girl. I was like, and then the fact that so then she hooked up with Bo, and it was like, okay,
I love Bo.
does he get his own story soon?
Listen, y'all, a lot of people have been asking, so I think I am. They've been asking about Bo and Coco because Coco like basically like fell off the earth. I forgot about Coco.
Yeah, right. She wasn't even in a Mill story.
She wasn't. I didn't even realize I did not put her in there at all.
I'm jumping to the end when I was like, Macy, wait, Macy, who's Macy? Where did this child come from? And then I had to really like stop and think and go back and like, oh, that's Coco's little girl. Okay, she
Yeah.
all off and she Macy part of the family. I mean, of course she's part of the family, but it's
Right.
like, you know, that when that whole art is
Yeah.
like, that's why you kiss it. I love kid characters. They are hilarious to me. Kid
They
characters
do.
are so funny to me. They really are. But okay, so I'm telling you what else broke my
So,
heart.
yeah.
Um, JD broke my heart, and it hurt my heart that Emil missed it because he purposely stuck around to make sure that the kid was cool and
Right.
safe with the uncle, and
Mm-hmm.
um, that hurt my heart that he just was like I mean, for as long as it went on, and he didn't say anything, but then when he broke it down and was like, Grandma was fixing that pot of grits. I was like, really? And he bumped into her and made her. I was like, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's putting fear in a child. So they're not gonna tell him
Right. No matter
that,
how
right. So
hero-ish Emil appears to be, he was still, yeah.
Emil had he took a lot, held a lot in, didn't talk to nobody about stuff. When you really break it down, this is how I was sitting here writing my little notes, and it was like Emil, Pacino, Odom, Nisha, and DJ, and it was like, okay, so on top of the trauma that you did to not did to yourself, but that the trauma from your dad of
Mm-hmm.
killing your dad, and your brothers seeing you, they all traumatized. On top of that,
Right.
well, I don't know if Kason was traumatized. Kason was like,
Casey wanted the action.
right, like, okay, he's dead. So now what we gonna do? Um,
Right.
we gonna be all right. I get it when she was like, "You're suffering, from PTSD. Like, you have put trauma
Yeah.
on top of trauma on top of trauma, and because you are this big, strong, strapping man, you have taken it all. But like at some point, he was gonna have his breaking point. I know, Bunny, that tore me up too. All of it, all of it. Like she was just hitting. I'm like on a Saturday, and it's raining outside, and I'm just like, oh wait,
I honestly did not think it was gonna be like that emotional, but I
no,
should
but
have known because I
that's
cried writing some of
got
them
a
scenes.
good
But I
book.
should have known.
Yeah, that's when when for me to me when you can tap into all of my emotions, like this is a damn good book because you had me laughing at some points. Kason is always gonna have you laughing regardless of him being this his thuggish ways. He
Right.
always gonna have you laughing because he's a clown, and I have a family member that's a clown like that as well. That's always like, you better watch your back because you never know what this fool is going to do.
Right.
So I get all. I mean, I loved all of that. Yeah, Mimi says, sorry, y'all. I mean, he was responsible for so many people, and yeah, that is, that
Yeah.
is,
Especially JD because again, like you said, he went through extremes to protect that child, and it happened like literally under his nose. And for that to happen, like it happened to his uncle, who he couldn't help at the time because he was a young
right.
boy. And then for that to happen to JD when he's a grown man, he could actually save him from that. That was that trigger that was snapped like that. That was the
I
camel.
think the only thing
I
that
broke the camel's
saved.
back.
I think the only thing that saved JD's grandmama was the fact. I mean, he went after everybody else, and the grandmama. knew
Grandma was
something
gonna
he
get
was
it.
crazy. She was blessed. Some angels was looking out for her because she lucky he didn't take her out. I mean, I was
She
like,
had
oh,
her praying mothers at the church with her, cause
right, right, because like I feel like yeah, you set him up. Like
you did. Like you
you
knew
didn't
this
know,
man had issues and all this other kind of stuff, and you still allowed your grandchild to come around him.
right? I had an inkling that something was going on when they said he knew. This is a smart young man, intelligent young man. He been around a meal and all of that, and you still gonna screw in your grandmama house on purpose to get caught. You ain't gonna creep somewhere. You got all access. Like you're calling out. You're crying. You definitely. He was right. He's crying out for something, and he just didn't know how to tell it. He even kept JD. Oh yeah. Okay. So you might have said it. Why did
Yeah,
he keep from? Why? What was the purpose of keeping him separated from them?
he didn't want JD. Like, okay, his brothers represented his life. Like, he didn't want JD to. Not saying he didn't want him to be around his brothers because you saw him with Casey and they were around. But growing up, because he knew how it was growing up as a child with them, what they saw. He didn't
Mm-hmm.
want them to be exposed to that because he knew one, his brothers were living the same life he was living, even though he didn't want them to.
Mm-hmm.
So he kept all that, from him because to him it was like if I could raise you without you seeing anything, then you're like that perfect. Like I did something right. Like even though I raised my brothers, but they're involved in the illegal activity. They sing too much. JD
Mm-hmm.
had he wasn't there when his mother got when his mother got killed. Well, he
Mm-hmm.
was there, but he hid. So it was just different things that you know.
Oh, and she made me so mad. Nisha made me so mad. I was so hurt. It was like he gave
Yeah,
you how much money and you gave it to this client. You gave it to him, and
yeah,
like he said, he can't walk around like I gave him money to keep her, bruh. Really,
yeah,
really. I mean, yeah. That's Ayana. Um, Ayana says when Dr. Carter told him he couldn't prevent that.
yeah. He everybody he encountered, as you saw, like even from the lady, in the mall, the Indian reservation lady, when she was getting raped in the car,
And
he,
even JD then was like, "You hear that?
right,
Something something's happening to that lady. Something's going on."
right,
You know. Okay, that's Deshaun.
and that's what I really, really, really wanted to show, like the trauma in Black men, like especially like I was talking to my brother and just hearing how he is, and I'm like, that's kind of PTSD what you got going on. And he's like, nah, that ain't no PTSD, but they don't recognize it as PTSD because they don't want to feel labeled. They don't want to, they think, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's mental. They get so defensive, and I'm just like, but it's okay, like it happens. And then with the mill, when he went to jail, I had watched a documentary about Black men in jail, like how their mental health is challenged. And I was like, okay, Emil, he's going through some PTSD.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had. I think Ayana missed that part when we said that he stayed around to observe before he left him with his crazy uncle.
Yeah,
Okay, so him staying in jail them extra years because I know it ended with you know Clover saying, "I'm about to die, get out." You
right.
know,
Either you get out or I
stop
get you
this.
out.
Yeah, stop this. And then he stayed. I'm like, that's your punishment. You're punishing yourself
Yeah,
to stay.
yeah. I mean, because at that time, he felt like he failed everybody. And I think one, JD really kind of already shifted that mentality in his head, like, I'm a failure. And then you got Clover coming to you. This woman who, basically helped raise y'all, took y'all in, and she's like, basically they got me. And he's basically like, if she wouldn't have, if I wouldn't have been in jail, she wouldn't have been in that situation. So it was a lot of just piling on the blame. He blamed himself for everything. And that's why
Mhm.
I'm glad when Andrea, she was like, you're only but a man. Like, you can't, be
God, you
every,
can save
you can't be God.
everybody. Yeah,
Right. And
yeah.
so he felt like, that's where he needed to be when he's thinking about all the people he's killed, all the things he's done. He felt like that's where he needed to be. Like, he was like this animal, and just like he, as you know, he said, like, I didn't deserve so much. And to see him so vulnerable like that, you see this
I
strong
know. That's when
character, and
you saw
he
this
gets
other side of
vulnerable.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah, like book book one and book two was like Mills just this. I really loved, and I never thought about it. His explanation of going out when it rains and standing there. I mean, and then you're on the and I don't know a whole lot about Indian reservations, but it's like I felt that. I'm like, wow, like even not even on the Indian reservation, just being on Krishna's
balcony.
patio, like butt naked in the rain. But when you got past that, when you got past that and realized that was his meditation, he's cleansing
Yeah.
himself, And then okay, I'm gonna jump fast forward. I know y'all, I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place.
Okay.
I know, I'm sorry. And then you fast forward when they're at and I love that you brought Andrea and them back. And she has her center and all of that. And you even see like her maturity and her growth because we met her when she was so, you know,
Shy and just timid.
yeah, yeah.
First of all, her read when she read Krishna at that table and she patted her head and walked away, I was like, there we go.
Get it, girl, get it. Right, like you like this. That's what threw me too with Christmas. I know I'm jumping. Okay, I was gonna jump to when they had made up and he asked her to baptize him. Okay, but before I get there, um, okay, so you get with Bo, you don't let him. Y'all don't. You're not. Y'all have intimacy, but you don't have sex. But you still, you fall in love with him.
Right.
But you want to make your marriage work. So you threw me there, like married. Wait, when the hell did they get married and then live separate? Oh my god. Okay. Oh. And I thought it was so cute when she went on the date with the cuckoo bird, the second date with the cuckoo bird. That's all I can say is a cuckoo
Yeah.
bird. And the way JD was like, you in trouble.
Listen, I was like, okay, yeah. And you let that man kiss you?
Girl, like, and she knew it too. She knew it when she tensed up. She was like, "Oh God, I mean, I know gonna get it." But the nuts just kept on. Wait a minute. I'm behind on here. Wait, what's Allegra saying when Emil hollered at Andrea and her husband and brother was sitting
Oh
outside?
yeah.
Oh,
After their first session. Yeah.
yeah. They don't
Yeah.
play about her.
They don't play
And
about
then he
Andrea.
had me. Amel was cock blocking. Sean, she wasn't gonna sleep with nobody but him. She was not gonna sleep with that man. She had a plan. She did that kind of stuff on purpose. She knew how to get his attention. Kamisha said that whole bowl situation irked her nerves.
Really? See, okay, I brought in Bo because honestly, how I originally had it was her and Emil were not gonna be together no more. Like
Girl,
I
I
know, right?
think we all would have came for you. Like,
Listen, and that's what Sean told me. She was like, "Girl, you trying to get murdered?" I think it was Sean. Somebody told me. I was like, "But seriously, I really had them. Like, they were gonna go to the center. They was gonna heal, but afterwards, they were gonna part ways." And I was like, "No, I can't do that. That came too far." Because I really wanted her with Bo. Like, oh, I loved him.
no, no, no. I would have put it down and been like, I'm not talking to you right now. I would have been done with you for a minute. And I know every book is not a happily. I know there's not every book is not a happily ever after, and all of that. But I just would have been like, really? We went through all of that? We went through all, so you went through all of that. So
Right.
everybody is like, no. Everybody is like, no, Chelsea, no, you would, no, no. We're
So
glad
I
that
know
it
you lying.
happened. Man, Bo was about to get killed. Uh,
Listen.
when you know what? I was proud of him at that point. I was so proud of him. He was eating his little carrot cake and was like, "You ain't a good friend," because
Oh, listen.
I
And
just knew he was going to turn up and tear that restaurant
she
up.
was listen, he told her, I'm like, girl, you didn't think about the fact that he probably saw this man when he walked inside, or he probably even
He
checked the reservation list and knew he was coming.
he peeps. He knows. Ain't nothing changed. Emil knows everything.
Everything.
He knows everything.
Oh,
He's like a ninja. Like you creep up, and I'm like, Kason and Atlas, how y'all not see y'all kids dip off in a corner somewhere talking to their uncle, and you don't y'all so engrossed in y'all conversation, and then you just walk back up with this gold chain, and it's like, damn, how do we miss that? I don't know. He's like a ninja. Creep up, and then he's gone.
oh.
But married during the time in Cali. Oh yeah, I didn't see that either. I didn't see that coming either.
Now, okay, when Krishna called Miguel King, she did it on purpose because she knew Emil was still in the truck listening. So she said that to get under his skin.
Crazy
So
as
she
hell.
did it on that was very intentional. That's when she was being real petty.
Put on that yellow outfit on purpose. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah,
She knew what
she
she was
called
doing.
Miguel King on purpose. She did that very intentional.
I Pacino, I was like, when she went to JD's crossing, um,
Ooh, yeah.
the way Pacino was like, your mama's dead. Like, damn.
Listen,
Ow. Oh, oh, wow.
basically
Like,
like, all right, and
okay,
that's why your mama dead now. And I was like, ooh,
right. So, so you the one effing with everybody's businesses. Got my wife crying. Okay, okay.
okay, your mama
That
dead.
that hurt.
But I mean, she went after everybody.
And that's when I got mad. That's when I got mad at her. Like, why? Like, what are you going after? Pacino was harsh, but that look at that point, that's the Pacino I know.
Right?
That's the Pacino I know. That's who I'm
Yeah,
used to. So yeah, yeah.
yeah.
The whole her okay. So you wanted him back. She wanted him back. She wanted to give their relationship a chance. You know, she's outside in front of the facility, hugging on him and all of that, and crying and carrying on. You know your husband's in the window looking, and you know he crazy as hell.
Hey, you see, he yoked her
Girl,
ass up when she got in that room, though.
right? Like you didn't expect it, but then like she was still harboring so much. Like even during all of her sessions, yeah, it hurt my feelings when she lost her baby. Like when they came out that she, lost her baby. Um, but you know what you didn't touch on in this one, but I guess it didn't. It didn't make sense. It didn't have to be how they all moved near the jail, the prison. Um,
Oh yeah, when he got sentenced.
when he got sentenced.
Yeah.
Um, but he refused to talk to him.
See,
And you know what? I was complaining the other day, and okay, don't hold this against me, nobody, when I say this. I was complaining the other day because I've had two people, Indie Love, I just click yes, you could be the Indie Love's friend because you're not my personal page, but yeah, that I found out were incarcerated. And I was just like, how the hell this happened? And so I was having a conversation. I said, how are these men in jail and they creating Facebook pages? And then like I don't know, I was in a car or something. I was like, Chelsea said they could have iPads or something. I wonder
they
how true
do.
that is. That's
My
true,
cousin has
Chelsea?
one. It's not an iPad, but it's a tablet. Yeah, he does, and he sends us videos and stuff like that.
When they start doing that, I don't know nothing about jail. Cause
Girl,
my
and
mom.
it's a page on Facebook where a bunch of them are going live.
Oh, well, I have to pay a little bit more attention
Yeah.
when I be clicking. Yes, you could be. You know, because one was an Arthur, so I was like, oh, okay. And then, girl, when he posted them pictures, and I was like, that looks suspect to me. I'm not judging nobody. I'm just saying. When Alice, oh yeah, Sean said,
Yeah.
is Sean one of your betas?
She,
Sean one of your betas.
listen,
You
I'm
ain't got
glad
to say.
she mentioned that to me. She asked me, she was like, I really wanted to know, like what happened. Because you saw what the conversation was between Casey and Emil from his book, but you didn't know what happened between him and Atlas. And
Right.
I had totally forgot that I didn't even mention it. It was just like, okay, whatever. They had a deep conversation. But to show how much Atlas really clung to Emil, I was like, okay, I'm gonna add it. Like that was like the perfect thing to add because you really saw how he really felt about his brother. Like his brother, like he said, like you're my father. Like you raised me.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Um. Yeah. That whole the mom. I still crack up. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it in a male story. I did when Casey kicked her into the pond with the
He did that 300 kick.
yeah. I wanted to see it. I guess I wanted to see it in a meal story because I wanted to see Emil's
Thought.
his thought process of like this nigga right. That sorry y'all, but that's what I was thinking. Like this
Right.
right here, like typical. And I understand. I mean, I read why he said he did it because he didn't want Alice to have to be the one to kill his
Yeah.
mom. But I just still want. I was like, okay, I know it's gonna come up. I know. Don't laugh at me, y'all. I did though. I wanted to hear his thought process on it, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So it's so much. There's so much in all three stories.
Yeah. A lot went on in these books.
Yeah, a whole lot, and you're trying to piece it all together once you get to the final one. And then, I mean, it all came together. Was like because I was all week long I've been like going back through each book to think about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And I will jump back to Kaysen and Nolani when Cashton said, "Hey, Daddy was hey, how you?" And the way Emil was like, God, like basically, Noel, damn, like you could have let me know that, but
Right.
being so the way he was, it's just so many little things. It's like Chelsea did the damn thing with this. When I say you could evoke every laughter, tears, um, I will say this: the women be doing too much. Not the
All
woman
of them.
as
And
as
I
a woman.
realized that.
As a woman, I shouldn't feel like that, but the woman be doing too much. Like
They
Keith,
do.
like Keith sounds like Keith, you doing too much, babe. Go on and forgive your husband and go on home. You're miserable. And when she, like in her story, when their story, when she said, "Oh, I forgave him a long time ago," then what the hell are you doing?
This man petty.
Well, all of them are petty.
Real petty. That's it.
All of them.
But okay, like I have like this love hate with Nolani. Um, I have a love hate relationship with her because she we forget she was a whole married woman out here going
Right.
after Casey. I mean, you got pregnant by somebody who ain't your husband. And it's just like, girl, you was a hoe. She had baby. Okay, she wasn't a whole hoe, but she had baby hoe tendencies. So,
Yeah, but her husband tricked her, and when she found out, she really
yeah,
had no, she really had no love for him, and
I'm
I
with
get
Emil when he said, "How did you not know that? Like, for you to know everything, like you're basically I won't say she's a female version of him, but when it comes to how they think, she was. So it was like, how did you not put two and two together? And I kind of feel like she didn't want to face that truth that she was actually,
Caught up.
caught up with this man who really did like destroy her family.
See, now you be having me. I ain't gonna lie. You be having me look at these governors and stuff like, and these mayors and stuff like, y'all crooked asses. Y'all crooked.
Listen, the reason, look, my friend that reads my book, she's like, you better stop doing that because I work for the government, and they be like, they're gonna start looking at you, and I'm like, hey, if I think it, I'm sure you'll probably go down. So
I'm like, he
yeah,
the whole governor of the state, and he over the cartel. Like,
yeah.
oh my
Listen,
god. Yeah, yeah. You might want to chill because
yeah.
I just thought about what Kaysen does when he steals the money out the
Oh,
truck.
the truck. Yeah,
Chelsea
yeah.
be telling
'Cause
all the secrets for the.
people like, how did you come up with this? I said, think about it. I know where the trucks go. Like, I mean, and he was like, well, don't put that in the book. I'm like, well, where it's gonna go?
But you know what? We don't know that. I don't. I never
Right.
even thought about it. It's never crossed my mind what happens to old money. Never. And for some reason, I thought they burned it or something. I never thought what they did. You know that it was, and you done got the money, done just doing it just to be doing it. Don't
Because
need it,
he
but
was
just doing it.
casing,
Just
and he just liked the thrill of danger. That's what it was. Like, you like getting
okay.
shot by your brother, and because you keep doing stuff to him, and it
Well,
was like, yeah.
when Emil shot Nolani, that was funny. I shouldn't have laughed, but it was funny to me. And she
And
was
he
like,
stitched her up. See, that lets you know he a
and
good
she said, only Emil would shoot you and then stitch you up.
stitch you up. Yeah.
We knew Emil was special when he shut up his car. That
Listen,
from
but then then again it shows Casey when he was scared to get a shot at the doctor's office, and you wanted your big brother there to hold your hand, but you scared it, but you let him shoot you with a gun. It's like really, but
right, right, right. Okay, so what's next?
something lighter than this. Man, because this series it took me through the ringer. Like I can't even tell you how many mistakes I made, especially with the timeline. I had to remember like that Casey um and Krishna were the same age. I had to remember that, and I forgot. Like when I had got like 95% of the book. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I swear, I be wondering about Sean.
Listen,
Yeah, that was funny because that you right, Sean. That was funny because the Indian chief was like, "You sure she shot you?"
right? Like you let her shoot. You let somebody shoot you.
Right.
Like she loves me. Like
That's love.
that's love.
Don't love me. Don't love me because I don't
Don't
like
love you
that.
that hard. Like no.
No, no.
um, but I'm trying to go light for the rest because that book like took a lot out of me. I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
sure.
It did. As much as I enjoyed creating these characters and dealing with it all, it burnt me out. Like I'm still struggling on what I'm gonna write next. I have a few things in mind, but nothing set in stone yet.
Bunny said that Krishna is her. I really, really, really believe it. Really, that's
Oh
a
man.
side of you. I don't know. I don't know that side of you.
Okay,
That's
now what did you think about Krishna and Nolani, their relationship?
when she said, and I could be wrong. When she said that he put them together so that he could keep eyes on her, I didn't believe that like that.
Mhm.
But was it? Or am I just
Yeah,
slow? Really? They just formed a
yeah,
friendship.
yeah. Because if you remember when she said that she met Nolani when she came to Barbados with her mom,
Yeah.
that's when Emil sent her
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
some
Yeah. I remember
friends, and
that.
I need you to keep an eye on her.
I
So
remember that. And my slow ass missed the whole Carrie White thing. I swear. So I don't watch movies. I mean, I've heard it before, but I don't think I've ever watched it. So it wasn't until till she said it, she was like, "Really, really, you chose
Like
Carrie."
Carrie White.
Okay, so that threw me off too because I just knew he was going to have her kill him, Miguel. Yeah, Miguel. Is it
Right.
Miguel? Yeah, Miguel. Then, but he just wanted her to know, like his plan fell apart at some point.
I think okay. So I have put that. Okay, let me tell you where I got that part from. So I was watching Criminal Minds, right? And I don't know if people watch Criminal Minds, but there's a an episode where the director, his wife, gets killed because the guy that's coming after him, she never knows his face.
Okay.
So, and it's like, and she was in witness protection, and it's like, if she would have known what this man looks like, she would have done better protecting herself. And that's
Okay.
really what it was. It's like, I know everything's about to go down. We don't know where this man is at, but I
Mm,
need you to know what he looks like,
okay.
to know his voice, to to know to put your eyes on him. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that was pretty much what that was for. He never intended her to be involved as far as like killing him or anything like that. But Krishna was on this whole
Big
get
Christian.
back.
She lucky. She lucky he didn't shoot her when she was grinding all on Miguel. I was like, girl, you are playing with fire.
And he
I don't
kept
care.
calling her name, and I was like,
Right.
"Where?"
You playing
Like,
with fire.
okay,
I don't care how long he been away. You playing with some serious, serious um fire. And I promise you, you still had me chuckling even when um they was in the truck and yeah, Casey said, "That's what I'm call your fish." He's stupid. And then he goes, Did she just dump you? Did you just get
right?
dumped?" Like typical clown, typical clown. Okay, so we may get a Coco story.
Yeah, you may get a
We may
Coco
get
story because now
a
I'm
Bo
really
story.
interested to kind of see where she is in life. Because she
Yeah,
really
because
just dropped
the
off
last
the face of the
we
earth.
saw her, she was coming after Nolani, and Nolani was like, "Girl, it ain't about me. You mad because you bitter, you bitter." And then they all showed
Right.
her so much love. It was like, oh, because some real women, we ain't doing that. Like this bitch can lay here on the floor and pass out. She's,
Yeah.
But
Now
yeah.
for
So
Bo,
yeah,
I don't know what
we
I'll
do
do with
kind of
Bo.
need a Coco story because like, where did you go wrong, girl? How did you get so obsessed with this married man that don't want
They
nothing to
don't.
do with you
Yeah.
at all? And you had a man. I think I told you this when we did Indie Love that I just knew they were gonna be together. It was like, yeah, they gonna work it out, and
Yeah.
they're gonna
You said that. I was
be,
like, no.
they're gonna be. And when you said no, I was like, oh god, y'all love crushing my thoughts, boy. I tell you.
No. I don't think Coco could have handled Casey, to be honest. Like the actual Casey, him being nice to her, wanting to take care of her child. Okay, yeah. But to actually deal with Casey, you
Mm-hmm.
got to be a certain type of special because we know he's special in his own right. You know,
Right.
um,
Right.
so
Right.
I don't think they would have lasted too long anyway. I mean, he had much love for her because you saw he wanted to do everything for her. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as being compatible for a relationship, no.
So we may get a Coco story. We may get a Bowl story.
Yeah.
Um, and then Andrea's brother story. I know I'm still waiting on that story. I'm still waiting on Andrea. I just want to see him happy. I just want to see him happy.
Ah, Chantrice is
So
throwing out some.
in my mind, he's happy. He's dating somebody that works at the center. So in my mind, so even if we don't get the story, in my mind, he's all right. He's doing a okay. He's
I
all
will
right.
bring back Andre. I have a really good idea for Andre and Coco. Not saying it together, but I'm just saying it for them too.
You don't know who Coco is, Kamisha?
Coco came from
Coco,
book 1 and 2.
Coco and Keaton were best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you read book one, Coco and Keaton was best friends, and her and when Casey and kidnapped Keaton, and he started messing with her. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Coco went
But
left. She really.
yeah, I don't know about Nolani and Krishna becoming friends again. Um, I think they're both right. Like Sean said, like in their own right of way, they're both right, like how they feel. I mean, because Nolani is them. She's a male version of the guys. Like that's she understands that lifestyle that they live. So
Mm-hmm.
she gets why a male didn't say anything to her. She stands on why she feels the way she feels on not telling Krishna. But at the same time, I'm with Krishna. It's like, but dog, you my friend. Like you saw, I was literally spiraling out of control. My father
Mm-hmm.
died. Like my husband is getting sentenced to life in prison. I'm going through a miscarriage, and then it's like, then now I found out about my father, and it's like, and all y'all knew what was going on, but nobody told me. And I
Right.
kind of understand why she feels the way she feels. She just got to heal, and like Emil told her, don't bother my wife until she heals. So hey,
Yeah, leave her alone. Leave her
leave
alone.
her alone.
Um, I love Emil's relationship with all of the kids. With all of the kids, he's the favorite uncle. I loved that.
Yeah.
Will we
Uh,
see any more of the Calvin
yes,
brothers in the
you
future?
will see
Okay.
them. I am going to do a holiday story with them.
Yeah, I
Because
want to
people
see it.
got me like dropping hints about stuff,
Novellas
and I'm
I
like,
those are the kind of novellas I like. I like the
yeah,
you know I like those. I can rock with those. I ain't hating on nobody else novellas. Don't go back saying Indie Love was dissing novellas because don't do that because I know it's some spies. I already know that. I think it's spies in every group. But anyway, um, I have no shame in saying what I feel. But I like those kind of novellas. I could do those all day long. Yes, Ari
yeah,
and Emil has the best relationship besides Krishna. Yes, I did. I love Little Miss Ari. I loved her. I
yeah.
loved all of them. I love that they all kind of grew up, bad as hell. You know, had
She was like the only one that wasn't like too bad. But even with, I mean, because the other ones they were babies, you didn't really see too much of like the baby babies that were just being born at the time. But
yeah.
and in the story that I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do it with all the kids. Um, everybody combined. A lot older and mature. I kind of have some ideas that I want to do as far as like maybe when the kids are older, kind of merging some families. I ain't gonna tell y'all which ones, but merging some families. So like I have a perfect, like you said, like some shorts that will come. Just the
Hmm.
because I
Yeah.
really want to see what happens with the kids when they get older. Are they gonna follow in their parents' footsteps, especially the boys?
But what about um JD? I know he became a teacher. I can see
Right?
a story. Like, let me write the damn story, Johnson. Don't be telling nobody else what to do. Anyway, but I can see, like, oh, I would love to see what happens with him. For him to have
Yeah,
matured, I say,
that's what I'm saying. Like I really want to see what happens.
yeah, for him to see him as a little kid, and he was a sharp little dude, like sharp little kid. Even
Right?
the first time Krishna met him, and the way he was like, "Pretty girls don't cry." Who is this kid? Who is this
Right?
kid?
Like pretty girls don't cry. Like okay, and then you
Like,
realize he's with a meal. So you're like it makes sense.
right? Okay, I get it. I get it.
Right? Like he was yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
y'all got any questions you want to throw out real quick
Yeah, I
before
think y'all provoked me on this series because let me tell y'all, when I said God, I want a series, I did not know it was gonna take me this.
But you know
Yeah,
what? We were talking about it. You were talking about it. Girl, have you met virtual event? But then sometimes I feel like I don't want to wait for. I don't. When you give a date and it doesn't happen, I just like that's okay. It's gonna be bomb diggity when they do come. It's gonna be. Oh, we need some. We need some what, Sean? Oh, that's I just hit Mimi's. Chelsea, where in the world did you get the idea of panties with sewing? Yeah, with sewing pins. That shit used to
Amelia.
throw me hell.
Ah! Listen, one of my friends, she was like, "Girl, you need some help." She's like, "I'm really concerned about your mental right now," and I'm like, "Okay." I don't know where I got the idea. To be honest, y'all, like I didn't have a music inspiration. You know how you have your playlist and you listen to some music and you just vibing. I watched Criminal Minds from season 1 to the last season when I wrote Emil's book. So I was in a very dark place. So um,
They laugh at me, but I watch Fatal Attraction. I can't. I haven't been able to. I missed all the episodes this week because I'm back to work and I've been in virtual meetings all day, every day. I think was it yesterday? I was trying to watch one, and I didn't even turn the TV on in here. I was trying to watch one, and I was like doing like this. And my coworker, we were on Zoom, and she was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, nothing. I'm sorry. What was y'all saying again?" So I be looking at Fatal Attraction and be thinking, "Ooh, somebody could take one of those stories and spin it and really."
listen,
But I don't have that
I'm a
mind.
Fatal Attraction watcher. I'm a Snapped watcher.
See,
So
my
I
I
watch
told
all
you,
them documentaries.
my sister says Fatal Attraction is snack for Black people.
It is. It's a snap for Black people. It is. It definitely is. But
Because some of the stuff that
I don't know
happens
where I
on
got that
there.
scene from. I just wanted her like to hurt him, but not have sex with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, because Emil would have definitely lost his marbles. But um,
She knew better. That's why she never gave it to Bo. She knew better.
right, she
She.
stayed at her limit. She knew how to. She teeter totted the line enough.
Oh,
But
Kamisha, you
yeah,
watched it this morning? Dang. God, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do now that I'm back to work. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Cause ain't no way. See, before when school first went out, um, it was just like reteaching content that we had taught before. They didn't want
hmm
us to teach any new content virtually. So like they would come in and out and I could have the TV on and I would just mute it when my students would
yeah,
come in and out. Now it's not like that. Like we took my school district literally took 3 weeks for us to train, like we were like retrained. And so we will be in virtual school from 8 until
yeah.
2:15. So ain't no chilling back. Let me run downstairs and do something. No, it's gonna be just like I'm in the building, except for I'm in my house. So, anyway, let's see. To be honest, this series is my introduction to Chelsea's work, and baby, she did not disappoint. Well done.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes. Well, this wasn't my first introduction to it. I think your first book was my, and that was Andrea's story, right?
Yeah, Andrea
Yeah,
was my favorite, my first one.
I've read quite a. I want to say maybe one or two I have not read, but I've read the majority of everything. It's one that pops in my mind, but I don't think that's you. I don't think that's your story. No, maybe that is your story. I don't want to say that it's not you, but it might be y'all clan, y'all group, y'all group. Um, maybe it's A. Marie wrote that. It's got to come to me. They met. They missed a flight or their flight was canceled.
That's
Is
A
that you?
Marie.
That's A. Marie. Okay.
That's A
Okay.
Marie.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the Andretti experience. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. 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 Y'all be confusing me sometime, but but she said she's read every single thing on Amazon. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I thank y'all so much.
Yes.
Emil,
Yes.
top book man. Listen, Emil, he kind of set the bar, and I'm like, bruh, yeah,
And you know what's crazy? How you like? I'll read urban, and then you be like, oh, how can you know this man is wrong? Is two left feet? He a drug dealer. He killing folks. All of that, and it's like that's Bay though. Long as he leave that stuff outside, he could get it. And then you be like,
right.
if you really met one, he'd be like, don't bring that. I don't do jail. I don't want none.
Listen,
I don't want none of that in my life. I don't want that in
right.
my
I
life.
don't need that negativity over here.
No, don't bring that over here. I like my house. I like my car. No, I don't want to go to jail. No, I don't want to
Right. And that's the thing. See, I wanted, them to have that illegal dealings, but I didn't want to glamorize it to where that's where the whole book centered around. I wanted it to be like kind of like the backstory, like, okay, this is what they did, but this is who they are, and they're dealing with their issues, So.
Emil could say he's retired all he wants to. He ain't fully out the business.
Oh no,
He's not fully out the business.
he
Pacino
ain't
ain't
let
fully
his.
out the business at all. No. Because I was, like I said, I was glancing back over Pacino and Capone's story, and I don't know how I ended up on this part where she said my five kids. Them kids crack me up, I swear. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Them sassy kids crack me up. You must got some sassy nieces and nephews.
I got some sassy god kids. That's what I got.
So, I have a couple of, well, I'm going to do 2 giveaways, and I'm going to have to, I'm going to do that spin the wheel thing. So, if there's a book, I don't know. I don't even know how to do it. Because everybody here has pretty much read this one. So give me a title that you would like people to read, and they can throw their names down there, and then I'll do a giveaway. Then I have another giveaway I'm gonna do for upcoming somebody that's coming soon.
Oh, so I'm one out there. Okay, we're gonna go with Pacino then. So, I should have chosen you.
Okay, I should have. I should. Yep, I should. That's a good one. That is a very good one.
Yeah, because a lot of people didn't know Pacino had a story way before Emil did.
All
But
right,
it kind of gives you an understanding to who he is.
I'm going to gift 2 copies. Well, you know what? We just do it like this. Oh, um, I'm gonna give 2 e-copies. You got a question?
So Pacino and them golds. Yes, I love Pacino and them golds because my first crush was on Juvenile, and I should tell you something.
You don't want to know who my first crush was. I be telling my age if I say who my first crush was, like who I was really, really crushing on. And now at my age, I just be looking like, what the hell? What? Why? Why?
Who was your crush?
I was crushing on Mike Bivens from Belle Biv DeVoe from New Edition.
Ooh, okay, all
Yeah.
right.
What was you thinking, girl? What was you thinking? And see, I have family members that's in the music business. My cousin,
Uh-huh.
for years, I mean, they've been together for years. He plays with Morris Day at the time, so it's like we've been to a lot of different things um, where you end up in the same places at these people. You just be like, when you see them in person, you just be like, ooh. And I don't know how. I have no idea how I got stuck
Right.
on. Out of all of them, that's who I got stuck on. But
See,
anyway.
I saw Juvenile for the first time last year at Funk Fest, and child, I was a whole groupie. I was a whole groupie. I was screaming, "Hey,
And
Juvie!"
see, Bill just said Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown didn't do nothing for me. Although I take nothing from him. Bobby Brown didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing for me. I was crushing
Really?
on straight up
But you
Bill.
know what? Who? Because they were actually there at Funk Fest last year. Bobby Brown and New Edition. Well, Belle Biv DeVoe. And when I saw Dougie Fresh, I was like, "Ooh, he look nice." I was like, "Okay," like I was swooning over some Dougie Fresh. I was like, "Oh gosh!" Like
So I need a question. What is a good
a good
question?
question.
Yes. That
Do you
will
want to do
get
it about the series or just in general? I wrote a
let's do
letter to
the
Rick New Orleans too. Listen, if I could find me a man from New Orleans with that New Orleans accent, baby, yeah.
I'd be like, what? I have a hard enough time here in Georgia. Be like, what? We were talking about this the other day, and my family was saying, out of everybody since we moved here, and we moved here in 2004. In 2000, I moved in 2004. They came in 2005. They's like, you're the one that is has adapted the country Twain. I'd be like, no, I don't. No, I have not. And then I said, every time I start a live, I'd be like, hey, y'all. So, yeah, maybe I have.
I
So,
believe
yeah, a
Sean's first
question.
crush was Nas. She gives me those
Sean's.
vibes. Her first crush was Nas.
So, yeah, a question about the series. I'm trying to think of something, too, that would be.
Okay, so
Oh, I got one. What happened to Clover's brother?
oh,
That's the question. And I
okay.
got two copies. The first two people who can tell me what happened to Clover's brother, you'll get a copy of Should Have
You got
Told
me
You.
thinking like, huh?
I know, right?
Okay, I remember now.
And I will tell you guys this: I will not be here next Friday. We won't get together next Friday. I already know I'm gonna be burnt out. Like first week of school, I know I'm gonna be, excuse my French, that shit crazy. His girlfriend killed him. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Oh, I'm supposed to answer?
No, I want to see somebody else give me another
Oh,
answer.
okay.
I don't want. No, I don't want to answer that until
Oh, yeah, everybody else answered.
right.
Because I
There you
was like,
go. That's a
I
good
had to
one.
pause my mouth.
Yeah. If somebody have another one, I'm gonna wait a few more seconds, and then I'll tell you. Like I said, I'm not gonna be here, but then I'll be back on the 4th with Sheree Lewis talking about the Black Effect, and so I'm going to
Oh, I
give
love that series.
yes, and be like,
Yeah,
so I'm be talking about the Black Effect, and I'm going to give. She's running a special right now, and I'm going to give away a couple of copies of e-copies of that, so that you'll be nice and ready to discuss, talk about the Black Effect.
yeah. The Black
So I guess
Effect is
nobody else.
really good.
I guess nobody else. Yeah, I guess you can tell her if she's correct or not.
You good.
Although she really didn't say. You just said he was
I
missing.
didn't say, but we kind of knew what
I
happened.
mean, yeah, she really didn't say what happened to us. Like he's missing, and I was like, well, damn.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he floating
So,
with the fishes, but she killed him.
yeah. Okay, so Allegra, you can send me your inbox me your email address. And she said, hey, all right. Yeah, email me your and I'll get it to you this evening. I will get that to you this evening. And then
Congratulations.
um um first five people no, why did I say five? First three people, if you would like a copy of The Black Effect, book one, because it's two books. Book one, first people to drop your name in there, aside from Allegra, she can't have two wins. The first three people who drop their name in there, I will. Eight, oh, I can do the first five. I can do the first five. First five people, I will gift you a copy of the Black Effects. So
It's a good book, y'all. It really is. I love Sheree's writing.
yeah, yeah. And I was trying to decide if I wanted to do that one or this last one that she did. Okay, Chantrice.
Yeah.
And once I end it, I'm gonna stop the comment, so you're gonna be able to throw it in your name in. So you better get it in now if you want it. But yeah, the Black Effect was good. Yeah. Okay, Belda. That's two. I'm gonna do five. And bless you with five because today is uh indie. What's today?
Black
In
Indie Artist
Black
Day.
Indie Artist
I
Day.
still gotta make my post, and oh, sweet Jesus, forgive me.
Mimi,
Oh,
you
it's just been one of them days.
Mimi. I'm surprised, Mimi, you let Terry beat you to reading something like that? Wow. Okay. Mimi on my team. Is it fair that Mimi gets a book? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just joking. I get you. All right, ladies. This has been awesome. Thank you, Chesia. I appreciate you
Thank
coming.
you. And I'm sorry we started late, y'all. I had so many difficulties.
It's all right. I understand. Trust me. I understand. They know. And I was just like, well, maybe we'll come back another day. I sent them off. I was like, well, go check out Sister Friend, and then go check out. Like, well, I gotta support. So go check out Lashira's event. So go ahead and check those out. And we may be back. We don't know. I don't know yet. Then when I went and saw your message, I was like, oh, she sent that almost 20 minutes ago. Okay. I'm having
Yeah.
difficulties. So
I had some major difficulties. Y'all should have seen me. I was sweating when I got on here. It was struggling. My
it's
mohawk still lopsided, but it's okay.
It's all right. It's all good. But again, thank you. I appreciate it so much. And once this is up a week or so, then I will upload it to the YouTube channel. So you ladies have a great evening. Um,
Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for having
yeah,
y'all play. Thank y'all for reading the series and taking a chance on it because I know it was a doozy. So I
but it was
really,
good.
really,
And it's
really
hard to say which
appreciate
one
it.
I like the best because all of them had things that which one is
Right.
bad. Atlas is too young, but although he's cute, he's a young boy. But yeah, Amel could get it. Amel could get it
Yeah.
about his
He
study
can get it
load.
times 10.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. All
Yeah.
right, well, I got three. So you all have a great evening, and I will see you not next week, week after next.
Right.
Good evening. Uh oh.